Good morning. The spiritual life is a celebration of union between divinity and humanity. Okay? So in every human being, there is this gift, this unique thing that you are. And then God has promised, in order for that to grow and develop and become what it's going to be, what God intends it to be, He wants to be inside of you, helping you do that. Now, imagination is a very important thing, and I remember going to a workshop one time when we were talking about the idea of how do you feel about this organ that's in the center of your chest? What do you think about it? Well, it's a pump. It makes my blood go around. I take medicine so the pressure stays right and all that kind of stuff. Well, there's been tremendous research done on the heart, medical research that shows that the heart has a quality that most people would never imagine it has, and it's made up of the same kind of cells as the brain. So all of a sudden, medicine tells us, science tells us that the heart can think, it can make decisions, it can influence actions that are going on inside of you. Well, that was fascinating to me. But then also to find out that in science, the heart puts out an electromagnetic field that goes out about 6 or 7 feet and comes back around. And so that there is an actual energy that can be measured in a photograph that is not flowing out of your head, but out of your heart. So I thought, wow. And there is something about this organ that is very different. Then you look up the word heart in a concordance, which is a list of how many times a word appears in Scripture. Look up the word love, and there's maybe, I'll just say, maybe there's 400 references to the word love. And then you look up heart, and there's 800 references to heart. One to mine, by the way. But all I'm saying is that there's something so wonderfully exciting about understanding something about the spiritual world that is so in tune with the physical world. That when God said, I'll write my law on your heart, you won't need to look anywhere else to find out what's right. You'll know it in your heart. Well, how can the heart know? It's a pump. No, the heart is brain. And the brain of the heart can override the brain in the head. It's when there's a logical answer to something and you say, okay, that makes logical sense, and then somebody will come along and say, but I don't know, I've got the same information, but I'm feeling something. I don't know, you'll often point to their chest. I feel that there's something else going on here. My intuition is don't do it or do it, whatever whatever direction it's supposed to go. Think about that. All of those things reveal this most powerful and important understanding of God's relationship with us. He dwells in us. And it's fascinating to me that knowing human minds and the way we work, for him to say that in a sort of ethereal, non-literal way is hard for us. But if he says, no, I live in your heart, I'm right there in that thing that resonates you out to the world. And that makes sense. And it makes so much more sense to me than if he's in your brain. If in your brain, he's an idea. If he's in here, he's a force. He's an energy. He's grace. And I want you to live with that because it's so different than living out of this. Our mind, our will, they're essential. But when it comes to the essence of who we are, it's this that makes the difference.